To be honest, when we came in 2004, we only planned to be here for 3 years. But by the time 3 years came to an end, none of my family wanted to leave. So all 3 of my children grew up and graduated from high school here. My name is Steve Carpenter. I am a general manager for ProFab China. I've been in China for 20 years now. I came January 12th, 2004 as a general manager for a company called Diamond Power. When they advertised the position, I applied for the position and got to come over as general manager. My wife and I were very excited. Wuhan is a prominent part of Chinese history. We can go back to the Three Kingdoms period. So it's got a great history. Wuhan people are good-hearted people. I really enjoy living here. Before WeChat, we had, you could get like a bus card, but I didn't have a bus card, so I would just put money into the meter. More than once, on several occasions actually, before I could get my money into the machine, someone I didn't even know, Chinese Wuhanren, reached up and took their card and tapped and paid for my fare. We've seen lots of changes. When we first came, there were only 2 bridges, the number 1 bridge and the number 2 bridge, and we saw, 3, 4, 5, and then the 2 tunnels underneath the river, so we got to see all of that, and of course highways. Transportation is easy now, highways and especially the high-speed trains. So this is a good place to actually do business out of because it's easy to get all around China from here. Domestic Chinese population, the standard of living has increased greatly thanks to the government policies and development that they've promoted. And the reform and opening up, it's been a progressive process. I think the opening and reform policies have made a pathway for more foreign investment. We've seen access to various markets open up. I think one good example is it used to be in the automotive industry you had to be a joint venture, I believe a 50-50 joint venture, and with the opening of Tesla we've seen the first 100% foreign invested automotive company set up, Tesla in Shanghai, and we've seen access to financial markets open up. There's, I think, rather than just being an export kind of market, China's becoming much more of a domestic consumption market. So I think that's a great opportunity for American and other foreign companies to come into China and serve not only products, which was kind of the traditional entry, but also services. The Belt and Road Initiative is logical and makes sense. The Belt and Road Initiative, particularly I've been impressed with the work that China's done in Africa, and then of course also with Laos, the railroad. There's many places where there's been a very positive influence from the Belt and Road Initiative. Our particular company has been focused on the Chinese market, so we do hope to export, and so as a company we haven't necessarily had a lot of reasons to engage in the Belt and Road Initiative. I do enjoy running marathons. I think Wuhan's one of the most interesting places. You go through 3 parts of the city, so you cross 2 rivers. You run through the old part of Hankou, you run over into Hanyang, and then across the number 1 bridge, which is a famous bridge, and you get a beautiful view of the Yangtze River. And then as you run into Wuchang, you eventually end up in East Lake, and East Lake is just a gorgeous area, the greenways there. And then you end right at Happy Valley Amusement Park, so it's kind of a fun run. I'm just hoping that people will actually come here and see how great of a city it is.